Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Today on the No Hope Estate, we will be finishing the No Hope Estate. 190 in-game weeks, 136 episodes, and well, I don't even want to count how many deaths. But as you can see here, quite a few hero deaths. Quite a few good hero deaths. So this wasn't an easy endeavor, but we've actually beaten pretty much everything at this point. There's only 4 optional bosses, some of which are even hard to find bosses, which are the only reasons I haven't beaten them. Every other boss has been beaten, most of which on champion difficulty, which are even some of the modded bosses. The only ones that are missing are the Preacher from Here Be Monsters New Shadow. The only bosses that are missing are the Preacher from Here Be Monsters Full Release. 2 of the Night Parade bosses, however we have beaten one of the other Night Parade bosses. There are 3 and they are just random which ones you get. If I went back into the Night Parade, I could get the same one that I already did, so I didn't want to just keep bashing my head against the wall to get the same Daitengu. And then there was a wandering boss in the cove that needed very specific conditions that I tried about for 10 dungeons for and did not get. Otherwise, everything's done. I got all the farmstead bosses, including the Destroyer from the Stars and the Question Mark. I got all the Courtyard, all the Sunward Isle bosses, except for the pre-mentioned ones, and even all the ones into the Hamlet. I am more than surprised at how far we got. A lot of those bosses I did not think we would actually get. I'm very happy with that result. All that's left is to go into Darkest Dungeon 4 and beat the Heart of Darkness. Now, I have a very silly plan for today, if I'm being totally honest. We are going to try to one-hit the Heart of Darkness using Paracelsus and Noxious Blast, particularly from the Blight. So we do need Noxious Blast to hit, and then the Blight will be doing the one-hitting, but nonetheless, that's what's going to be doing it. So this is going to be a somewhat longer dungeon, a somewhat longer fight. And if I've done my math, it's going to take a lot of doing, but I think we have it, and we'll see what happens. Because once I get the ball rolling, everything should be fine. I just need to get the Plague Doctor up to the point where I can get Noxious Blast to do enough damage. We'll see about that. So, the plan for today all revolves around Vigo, and thus this is kind of an ode to Vintage, because while I would love for them to come back, as a community we're not entirely sure. We do hope you come back, Vintage. We love you, but we're not sure, so I kind of want to show off what their classes can do. We're going to be using Implode. That's what they're going to be here for. How we're going to get Noxious Blast up there is by using Vigo, our Prefect, particularly Implode. Now, you'll note that this only has 1 use per battle, but we'll be coming back to that. If we use Implode, we up the Bleed and Blight amount applied by 100%. Every time we stack this, Noxious Blast goes up by its amount. So with the trinkets I have applied, the Poisonous Herb, and the Things Remains, I believe it was 13 Blight that Noxious Blast did. So every time I use Implode, Noxious Blast is up by 13. So 13, 26, 39. We have the Diploma of Honors, meaning Implode and Subversion can be used multiple times in combat. Their usage limits are removed. So that means if I use Implode 20 times, I can one-hit the Heart of Darkness with Noxious Blast's Blight. That's what I want to do with the fight today. It's going to be a bit of a thing. And if I want to minus all the stress, I can also use Subversion in there, making it so I don't take stress from the actual boss fight, or most of it. So that's what we're going to be hoping for. We'll see what actually happens. Otherwise, I do have Enshroud to clear Bleed, Blight, and Mark, also stealthing the target if I need to. And otherwise, heroes are here just to help facilitate getting to that phase of the boss. That is Jean, the Judicator with the Ring of Kalumdor, upping damage versus Blighted, and on attack a little bit of a Blight. Same with the Poison Skull, that's also what Dual Convocation does. So realistically, if I don't have a Noxious Blast on something that utterly obliterates someone, she can obliterate someone. Same with Mirard, he just has a ridiculous dodge, he's going to have Riposte, and he's going to do a lot of melee damage to help get me to that phase. That's the plan for today. We're gonna see if it works. I hope it works, because, well, that would make my day, and I hope that would leave a very good laugh for everyone, or like a good image for what the Prefect is capable of and what Vintage's mods are capable of. So let's go do exactly that. And a reminder that this is the no hope estate, so we can't do any battle healing, we can't do any stunning, and we can't do any stress healing. That is why we're using Subversion to minus the stress we've received. That is going to be very important. We're going to take all the bandages we can, medicinal herbs, we're going to take some holy water so we don't get bled or blighted. We're going to take amphitheater ribbons, that way we don't get stressed out. We're going to take performance ribbons, that way we do stress relief done if need be. I need the blight to connect, so we're going to do that. We're going to take memorial ribbons, that way we don't get crit. We're going to take accuracy ribbons so we actually hit. We'll take the altar ribbons so we don't get stunned. At that point, that is essentially everything. I suppose we can also take Kraken ribbons, that way if for whatever reason we do get... No, you know what? Instead, we will take Laudanum, just because I'm not sure how that's going to work with the Subversion, but I believe Horror is a part of this fight. I believe that is all we need. Triple thinking things. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to bring the Aegis skills over the Laudanum. That way, if things go south, I can block on Para. You never know. But we do have the 3 Aegis scales for a reason. Let's do this. It's a crazy plan, especially because I can't heal, but it's a plan and I want to do it. So ribbons on everyone. This is why we have saved them. And that should be everything. Let's go.
In all my terrible researches, what I sought was a glimpse behind the veil, a crumb of cosmic truth. I found it here, and in that moment of brain-blasting realization, I ceased to be a man, and became a herald, an avatar of the crawling chaos.
Sounds very fun. We're getting stressed out just walking there. Of course, we're in the unknown.
Life feeds on life. In your petty pursuit of family redemption, you consume those who rally to your cause, and in so doing, you strengthen the thing, accelerating the end. This is as it should be. It is why you are here.
And moving on along. Do. Hi, buddy.
We are chained here forever, you and I, at the end of the world. Free yourself, rouse the thing, and embrace the ineffable cosmic hideousness that lives within us all.
The cosmic hideousness inside all of us. I mean, I met a few people with cosmic hideousness, I suppose. Alright, I am so nervous for this. I don't think this is gonna work.
You still foolishly consider yourself an entity separate from the whole. I know better. And I will show you.
So just for getting to the fight itself, let's up the damage of both of these two. Duelist advance onto the Ancestor, just for the funny riposte. Because we do need to get through this portion, but this portion is also where I want to do the buffs. So that's going to up the amount of damage we take, however it will also lower the stress we take, which will be important for later. So let's get rid of Reflection 1 here. Up up the Judicator's damage now. And the hope is just to make sure I don't take too much damage here, because that imploding, so that's implode 1, I need 19 more. I need to take those out. Taking out the reflection that has an action so I don't take more damage. Let's try to take out another perfect reflection here. If I blight the back row, he's likely to go out. So that is 19. Okay. There's implode 2. I need 18 more. A little less damage coming at me. There's implode 3. I need 17 more. See how much this actually does. 36, yep. Tracking. Oh, that's 12, isn't it? Not 13, shoot. Going at the perfect reflection there. Just to... There's 4. Ew. Perfect reflection again. Just gonna pass on Para here. I don't really want to take them out because I don't want to do damage to him yet. We can take out this reflection. There is 5. Blighting him. So it's 48 around, I think. Let's test it out. I can Nah, I don't need to test it out yet. Time heals all. You don't need to heal. Here's implode 6. Upped by 600% bleed and blight amount. The problem is, if we get hit by a bleed or blight amount, she takes that much damage. So I do need to be careful about that. And she also has a plus damage received. There's 7. There's 7, yep. Ooh, there's 3 of them now. I mean, that's really good for when I want to damage the Ancestor. Good thing they're only doing 1 damage each. And good thing I can pass for free. Eight. One damage, 1 stress. Thankfully that's fine for now. There's 9. Okay, I want to test it out. It's still stacking correctly, right? 78 blight amount. That doesn't seem to be adding up. Something's getting wonky in the math there. Because that's only a 7.8 blight amount. It's no longer taking consideration the things remains in poisoned herb. I mean, 78 blight is still 78 blight. That is bonkers. But it's no longer taking consideration her trinkets. Which it was for a little bit, I believe. And I also want to see if I can go above 1,000% on this. I can. Okay. So blighted for 85. That was upped by 7. It's only taking in the base amount now. This is going to take longer than I thought. Okay. I can deal with that. We'll see if I can deal with that, but you're not going at the marked one. Oh man, if this works, I'm going to be so happy, but oh, this is going to be so much worse than I thought. I thought it took into consideration the trinkets I had on, because that's how it seemed to have been working in the past. I mean, that heal's not going to do much against 88 blight. Okay, the stun's not great. Okay, 1,200. So that's 70, 84, 91 theoretically. They're really going for para now. So we need the perfect reflection down. He's one that can actually do damage. And then we just keep this up because it technically is working. I want to see this work. I want to see this work so bad. And the ancestor must be like so pissed off with us right now. And everyone's like, just make this work. Just make this work. We have the plan. Okay, blight for 113. It's getting there. And then we can always indictment brand on the boss to lower the blight resistance. Oh, I didn't take in consideration the stun either. I mean, theoretically, we have this. One Noxious Blast will take out almost half of the Heart of Darkness's health. They need to start going at other heroes. I wonder why they're going at her the most. Other than the fact that she has the most stress now, and that's a stress attack, but 1,500. We can get rid of one for now. Blight for 120. That is half. Oh man, healing would make this so easy to do. 1,600, that should be 127. At least they went for someone other than Para with that, but this isn't going to be sustainable now. I have a silly idea, but they're still targeting her with damage, is the problem. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sustain this because they're all going at Para for now. And because they keep chipping away at her health one at a time, I'm not going to be able to get it to 256 like I had wanted. If I could heal, this would definitely be able to be a thing, which would be very, very funny. I can 2-hit the boss right now. And while that wasn't what I set out to do, right now, they're targeting her because she has the highest stress. There's nothing I can do about it, other than re-record this section, which would feel, I could do it, but it would feel against the whole feel of the estate. So with that being said, I only need to take out 2. Let's hit this reflection. That's a blight for 127. Bonk this one. He's down to 1 health. This one goes down. The math was already thrown off because I thought I only needed to get this to 20, which would have been 3 more implosions. But realistically, I need to double that number. 40, because it wasn't taking into consideration the trinkets anymore.
It's fluid. It can be changed, reshaped, remade.
So we're going to pistol shot the ancestor and back. Indictment brand lowering his blight resistance. Plague grenade him. And he's bladed for 137. I'm imploding Para. And Para's at death's door. Duelist advance for the riposte. I'm gonna tick-tock Para so she goes faster. Then we're gonna implode her again. That puts her at 19. Because I really need to Aegis scale her as a thing. If I would have crit, that would have knocked him out. Kind of surprised him being at 0 didn't do what I needed that to. There's Gestating Heart.
It is undying. Pray it does not take too hideous a form.
So there's our holy water. We're going to blight it. Blight it for 154. Oh, that's right, it heals us when we hit it. Blighting it again. It goes down on its turn to 300 blight. Ending Merard's turn. Ending Jean's turn. Does this have a cooldown 2 rounds? Okay. Implode on Para. Heart down.
Behold the heart of the world, progenitor of life, father and mother, Alpha and Omega, our creator.
I still get what I wanted. The Alpha and the Omega, the Destroyer. Hi everyone, wave at it! Bye, Destroyer.
Victory. A hollow and ridiculous notion. We are born of this thing, made from it, and we will be returned to it in time. The great family of man. A profusion of errant flesh, multiplying, swarming, living, dying, until the stars align in their inexorable formation, and what sleeps is roused once more. To hatch from this fragile shell of earth and rock, and bring our inescapable end. So seek solace in a manner befitting your lineage, and take up your nugatory vigil, haunted forever by that sickening prose echoing through the infinite blackness of space and time. Ruin has come to our family.
I have to say, that was probably the funniest end I've ever done for a Darkest Dungeon yet. One-hitting the Heart of Darkness with Blight before it could do anything. I totally forgot that all the bleeds and blights transferred over from the Gestating Heart to the Heart of Darkness. So I was not expecting that part. And then it just dropped. Oh, I had to contain my laughter so Wayne could talk at the end. That was amazing. Congratulations, Pyrrha.
Hamlet is nothing, I fear, when compared to the condition of surrounding acres.
So, that being said, that was the No Hope Challenge. That was the No Hope Estate. That was officially the last Darkest Dungeon and probably the last episode for this No Hope Estate. I am interested in expanding this challenge, for myself at least. However, that being said, I think when I do another version of this estate, the No Hope, or whatever I want to call it then, I want to wait for mod tools, because there's a lot of heroes that will probably be updated for it. There will be a lot more heroes to try out for it. There might even be new dungeons. I'm not sure that... I know the Tangle is being worked on right now. I want the Tangle to be a part of that. I want Vermintide to be a part of that. I'm not sure if the Tangle is waiting on mod tools or if it will be complete before then. And there's a few other tweaks I would like to make to it. But I would be interested in doing this again just because it was so fun and made me rethink how I do party compositions, fighting enemies, enemy priorities, and general, a lot of things. It was really fun. I got everything I wanted out of this and more. Like, from a personal standpoint of almost learning how to read, play the game, like, to a different extent. It taught me how to code, like, how the code for the game works, I should put it that way. I didn't really code, I just took some codes out. I did put some code into some heroes, but as you can see here, like, Battlefield Medicine doesn't heal, Adrenaline Rush doesn't heal. I had to learn how to take the crit buffs off of the Duchess. Rallying Flare no longer stress heals. There's a lot of stuff like that that I learned how to do because of this estate, which is really cool. That's not saying that I'm going to be making any mods. It's just something I learned to do because of this estate. I'm very happy with what I learned, both about the game, about heroes, about everything from this estate. I had a lot of fun doing it. I really hope everyone had a lot of fun watching it. I wasn't sure it was going to be possible to beat the game, let alone every mod pack thing that I did. especially the Night Parade. That was kind of a doozy. And like the Destroyer from the Stars, those were the biggest ifs for me on this, that I wasn't sure, other than just the game in general, with the restrictions of, can we heal? Or can we get through it without healing? Can we get through it without stress healing? Can we get through it without stunning, and all that combined? I wasn't sure that was going to be possible. I thought it was going to be like just the base game, but like all the modded stuff that can like one-hit some heroes, I wasn't sure. It was really fun. I really enjoyed this. I have a few ideas of estates from here, but once again, if you have ideas of what you would like to see, put them down in the comments. I really would like to hear what you guys would like to see. I have ideas, and then tomorrow I think I'm going to have a video talking all about the No Hope estate, like what my thought process going into it was, like why I even started it, because I get that question a lot, actually, believe it or not. Some of my favorite mods during it, some of the things I really learned, like breaking all that down, some of the hardest mods to tackle during it, other than just Night Parade in general, what some of the biggest hurdles were, bug-wise, design-wise, things like that. It's going to be a fun video, but more of on a technical standpoint, just talking about the Darkest Dungeon No Hope in general. And I'll also be going over like what to do if anyone wants to like have something for this for themselves. It doesn't have to technically be the No Hope estate, but it will go over like everything from how to remove the heals, the stress healing, the stuns from base characters to, yeah, that stuff. I'm not sure I should talk about the modded portion of it just because, well, I got permission from most of the modders that made these heroes to do this before I went in, put all their work out like this, and I'm not sure most of them would be happy if versions of like this got out to the public. Or other various things. And yeah, so that's going to be the plan for tomorrow's video, where I go over that stuff. And then we will take it from there. I'm not sure what the next estate is going to be. I have plans, or at least ideas, for the next estates, but those aren't set in stone. And honestly, I'm going to be full disclosure here, fully transparent. This video was recorded on September 29th. So whenever this airs, that's how long ago I recorded it, just so I get a little bit of a break. Usually I like record games in tandem just so I do get breaks, but like this was 136, 137, something like that episodes. It was, and then a few episodes talking about it. It was hundreds of hours of gameplay. As you can see here, 191 weeks in game. This was a big project. Like, it was not supposed to be this big in scope. Originally, I was going to do it with vanilla heroes without any modded sections. Like, it wasn't going to have Farmstead Courtyard Plus or Sunward Isles installed, and it was just going to be the base heroes going through the base areas and then Darkest Dungeon, until people talked me into doing all of this. So it was originally going to be much shorter. Which I'm glad they did, don't get me wrong. It taught me a lot more about the game than I thought it would, both coding and otherwise. And I had a lot of fun doing it. Like, there were some moments in this that were huge, unforgettable. And just like Hag Witch on Veteran was like, where were my mechanics? And then the weird mashes I got in the courtyard, which were like, oh, this is what they meant by these mashes were not supposed to be in the game. So I know this is a lot of rambling. I'm just so excited that the project is done. I had so much fun doing it. I really hope that everyone else had fun watching it. And we will call it that. If anyone has ideas that you would like to see, please leave those down in the comments. Or if, while I'm maybe taking a break from Darkest Dungeon, if there's other games you would like to see, leave those down in the comments. Maybe I'll check them out. Otherwise, I really, once again, hope that everyone enjoyed this little endeavor. I had fun doing it. Be sure to check out tomorrow's video if you'd like to kind of learn how to do this yourself, or just kind of see my thought process about how I went about doing all this, kind of things I learned, all that jazz. And then, otherwise, that'll be it for this time. Thank you everyone who watched the No Hope Estate, whether that be just this episode, or if you just watched the entire No Hope Estate in its entirety. and it's 100 some episodes. Thank you. Thank you for watching it. It's been a passion project of mine for a while. I actually wanted to do this before I did the 3.5 estates, so or the 3.0 estates. So thank you again. And then that'll be it for this time. So as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.